Right. What's up? What's up? Hope y'all having a beautiful day. Trust that you are. All right, the title of today's discussion is Reality is a Reflection of You. We're going to build on law of assumption today and really continue talking about everybody being a reflection and a mirror into the states of your consciousness. All right. Let me hit this live button. We can get started. All right. You are not merely walking through life, you're walking through a mirror. Each moment, each person, each experience reflecting the hidden terrain of your own inner world. What you call reality is not fixed or external. It is the echo of your subconscious mind singing itself into form. The faces you love, the ones you resist, the patterns you repeat, they are all characters cast by the light of your own consciousness onto the screen of time. You are not a passive observer in this reality. You are the light, the lens, and the script. There is no other, right? There is nothing out there. There is no them. There is no they. There is no situation out there. There is nothing out there. One of my favorite lines from The Matrix, there is no spoon. All right? Do not bend the spoon. Don't try to change reality. There's nothing out there to change. Simply try to realize the truth. Right? That there is no spoon. You are the creator of it all. Right? So there is only you meeting yourself again and again in different disguises until the illusion of separation dissolves. The judgments you project are wounds asking to be seen. The beauty you admire is divinity you've forgotten that you carry. Life is not something happening to you. It is something rising from you. And until you realize this, you will keep rewriting the same story, blaming the screen and never realizing the real is playing behind your eyes, right? Two things that I really love about this, right? The beauty you admire is divinity you have forgotten that you carry. This doesn't have to be the case. You can easily right now remember who you are, okay? Second part, life is not something happening to you, it is something rising from you. Right? There's nothing to be conscious of out there. Everything, since it's being reflected from within you, the only thing for you to be conscious of is who you are being, what you're expecting, what you are doing. All right? When we get too attached to things out there, it's because instead of believing that it's my state of being, it's my beliefs, my expectations that's changing that thing, we believe that we have to go out there and change something. Right? That thing out there, that person out there, that situation that you're in, it's there, it's fixed in this reality. You are not changing them, right? There is no them. You're not changing them. That'd be very difficult to change someone, right? You are simply going within. You are understanding the story that you're telling that led you to this situation, and now you're telling a new story. You're changing your state of being, and by changing your state of being, now what? You attract a different version of them. You bring about a different version of them. A different version of them has to step forward. You don't get the same person. You don't get the same thing. It doesn't change. Nothing changes. You simply select a different version of that thing, and then it steps forward. And those things that you are not reacting to anymore, they fade away. Right? So the beauty you admire is divinity you've forgotten you carry. But also, it's another way to put this, right? The things that you are jealous of in others. What is this reminding you? It's reminding you that you've stepped out of your divinity. You've stepped away from your divinity, and you're looking at things as if you cannot have them without realizing that everything that you can see, you can have. Whatever you can be aware of, you can have. Okay? So even jealousy is just misplaced. It's just a misunderstanding of who you really are. All right? So the mirror in the movie, reality as a reflection of you. So 1 Corinthians 13:12. For now we see through a glass, darkly, but then face to face. Right? You are not walking through the world. You're walking through your mind. All right? As you're walking through life, you're not necessarily walking through anything out there. All those things out there are meaningless until you give them meaning. So it's not that you are going through reality and you're trying to judge what reality is meaning. You are going through reality and you are being confronted with your thoughts, with your beliefs, with your expectations. It's your consciousness that's painting the story, that is telling the story of what reality means. It is all you. Every face you meet, every pattern you repeat, is a projection of the unseen within. Life is not happening to you, it's happening through you. The world is not out there, the world is in here, like a film cast from a hidden reel of belief and memory. All right? It's a quote from Rumi. The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. Right? We've talked about this in multiple different ways. The clearest way that I can explain this is in Scripture. There's a scripture that says, "In my Father's house are many mansions." Think of a mansion as a dimension. And your Father's house, we know what the Father's house is. You are the Father's house. You are the temple of the divine. Source is within you. And because source is within you and source is infinite consciousness, the source is all that there is. This means that every version of you exists within you right now. See, we think of reality as this solid structure that we're walking through and it's all out there. But the truth is that reality is just mirroring different perspectives that you take. So within you right now, you have every different perspective. Everything that you could think that you could possibly have, it all exists within you right now. Who you're being in this moment is dependent on what perspective you are looking out from. Anytime you change your perspective, you are changing dimensions. Anytime you switch a dimension, it just means you are switching a perspective. Well, and all of these exist within you right now. Okay? Right now. So everything that you want to be already exists within you. Everything that you want to experience out there is already tied to something that already exists within you. It's never about focusing out there, thinking out there is real, changing the situation out there, influencing that thing out there. It's never about that, right? We call that making a false idol, right? I am the Lord and there is no other. Your I am awareness, your concept of who you are is all that matters. Who are you being? This determines your reality. There's nothing to change out there. There is absolutely nothing to change out there. There is no person out there. There is no bank account out there. It's all a matter of consciousness. Okay? So everything that you judge is an exiled part of you. Everything that you crave is an undiscovered aspect of your own divine reflection. Right? The victim, the villain, the lover, the betrayer, they all wear your face under different masks, summoned by the unconscious to complete a lesson left undone. All these people that we get caught up with and we say, man, they're doing this, they're hurting me this way. They are just reflections of your consciousness, nothing more. They're simply actors in your game, in your play. You are giving them the script. You're telling them what to do. You're telling them what to say, what to do, who to be. It is all you. So there's nothing in this life, nothing in this world that you're experiencing that is anybody's fault but your own. There's nothing that is anybody's fault but your own. You do not see the world as it is. You see it as you are. All right? Life is not about what's going on outside of you. It's always about what's going on within you, right? I could have a twin brother. We could live in the same place, but we could have two completely different perspectives on women. I could believe women flock to me. He believes women ain't shit. We can go to the exact same places. We can look the same. We can speak the same. However, our perspectives, the way that we look at the world, because we are in two completely different dimensions when it comes to our perspective, guess what? We experience a different reality. We experience completely different realities, right? You can go out with somebody today, same restaurant. Y'all can sit down there and have the same meal. One of you is enjoying the place, the other is complaining about the service. Two completely different realities. Matter of fact, if somebody walked up to both of you separately and asked you how your experience was there, would you recommend it? Two completely different versions. Two completely different realities, same place, same time. How can this be? Two people remember situations completely differently. They were there at the same time, but they remember the situation differently. How can that be? All right, now let's talk about it, because really there's no one out there, it's just you. Right now, you can go into a state of mind that everything is working out for you. You look at your past differently, right? You believe that life sucks. You look at your past differently again, different perspective. You switch into a different dimension, right? It is not that your past stories, it's not that your stories, let me say it like this. It is not that your stories of who you are and what happens to you is based on some past events. Right now, who you are being, that is determining how you relate to events that happen in your life. All right? You could say that people have done you wrong in the past. Sure, great story. We can all say that. Right? So the easiest story to tell is the story of being a victim. You are embodying a victim right now, and you are using your past to justify who you're being right now. It is not that these situations are solid. It's that who you are right now makes you pull certain situations from your past to look at differently. All right, let's give another example. You could have your heart broken yesterday and be crying today, saying how life's unfair and these people do this and yada, yada, yada. And then 5 years later, you can meet the love of your life and say, man, I'm so grateful I went through that situation in the past because now I am this person and now I have this person. Did the situation change? Metaphysically, it did. But why? You have a completely different perspective now. It is all you. There's nothing out there. You determine by who you're being right now what stories in the past are the examples of who you are. All right? There's nothing out there that should give you an excuse to play the victim. You're not created in the image of Source to come down here and be a victim. It's against your nature. It is completely against your nature. All right. So Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As we believe ourselves to be, this is what we are. All right. So the projector and the screen. So picture this: you sit in a dark theater of your own awareness. The screen is life. The light is your consciousness, but the film, that is your conditioning. All right. Your beliefs, traumas, desires, archetypes, and dreams, that is your conditioning. So it's as if you're going through life, right? And you're getting programmed by things. You've been programmed by your parents, by the school, by the job, by the church. All these things program you, right? And your programming makes up this film within you, these expectations. And as you walk through life, those expectations get brought up in your mind and is projected out in front of you through your awareness. All right? And let me put it in a different way, okay? If you looked at the situation that you were in right now, really everything around you is meaningless. Anything that changes is meaningless, right? So you can look out, your bank account is meaningless. The woman in your life, the man in your life, they're meaningless. They mean nothing. They're just things that are projected from within you. They're just mirroring you. Now, based on your programming doesn't always have to be negative. Based on your beliefs, your expectations, old heartbreaks, old gains, joys, right? Old victories that you have, old stories. All these stories make up the film. And it's going through your mind constantly, and you're looking out at this reality. And now based on those old things, you are telling the story of what this is. Well, this has to go like this because this always happened. Well, this has to go like this because they said it was going to go like this. So it's not that reality is showing you anything. You are the one breathing meaning into everything. You are the consciousness. You are the awareness that gives life to everything. You are the operant power. Consciousness is already done. Source is already done. God has already finished creating. There's nothing left to be created. It's all within you. Every version of you exists within you right now. But based on your expectations, you choose a perspective to look out from. And that highlights the reality that you are in. It gives meaning. It breathes life into reality. It gives everybody its script. Meaning, even if it's something that you don't want, once you start telling a different story of what it is, now it can dissolve and be replaced with something that is likened to you. Like attracts like. All right? As within, so without. So you mistake the characters on the screen for separate beings. There is only one mind. There's one consciousness. We're just pretending All I'm saying is stop pretending. Stop pretending to be anything less than you are. Whenever you get caught up too much in this illusion, you forget who you are. You're just pretending. You're pretending to be a victim. You're pretending to not be powerful. You're pretending to not be a creator. You're pretending all these things. You're pretending like things don't work out. Right? You've taken certain things that you've seen in your life or people have told you, and you're making up stories and you're saying these things, but that's not even what you want. You're just pretending to be this way. This is not who you are. You're source, right? Because you are source, because source is within you, do you understand what that means? Truly. Do you understand that source is infinite abundance, infinite intelligence, infinite love, infinite worthiness, infinite all these divine characteristics that you walk around saying that you're unworthy? How can that be? It is impossible. It doesn't make sense. Okay? Is that a gray hair? Right? It does not make sense. All right, so you mistake the characters on the screen for separate beings. There is only one. There's only one consciousness. There's only one consciousness. You scream, run, love, hate, cry, forgetting you are the one projecting the scene. All right? You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. And we've talked about this in different ways, right? Because source is omnipotent, omnipresent, is all that there is. Anywhere that there is a drop of God, all of God must reside there, right? In your conscience, within you right now is all of the divine. Within the person that you just ran into in the hallway is all of God. All of God is everywhere. It can't be separated, right? You can't split it into fractions. We try to say it in these ways because we try to say that we're fragments of the Most High to make ourselves feel good as humans. But truly, it's beyond our comprehension. All of the divine is within you. Even scripture says the kingdom is within you. The kingdom is within you, right? There's nothing out there. If you think the heaven is in the sky, you'll think the birds are closer. If you think that the temple of God is the church, right, you'll think the priests and the pastors are closer, right? But all of source is within you right now. All of source is within me. All of source is within you. All of source is in this keyboard. All of source is everywhere and everything, right? And every time that you are putting your awareness on source or on anything, you are directing, you are becoming the operant power, and you're giving it a story to tell. You're giving it a script to play its role in your life, right? Another way to say this, right now, we know through physics that matter is only 0.001% matter. The rest of it is energy and empty space. All right? What is energy and empty space? That is just source. It's just God, all right? Let's not think of it too scientifically. That is God, right? The matter are the atoms, the electrons, the protons, neutrons, electrons that you actually see within the atom. That's the matter. The rest of it is just in empty space, right? So right now you're looking at reality. You can only perceive 0.001% of reality. The rest of it is just energy and empty space. All right, let's go back to what I was saying earlier. So in my Father's house are many mansions. Like I said, right? Within you right now is every version of you. Every single perspective that you could possibly take already exists within you. You just can only look through life one perspective at a time. Come on. So that one perspective that you look through life as, that determines what reality unfolds from within you. Now you can select a different perspective, which is a different version of you, which is a different dimension within you. All right, and now reality unfolds from that perspective. But you can only see reality 0.001% at a time. You can only see this fraction at a time. The rest of it is consciousness. There's the divine, it's source, it's infinite intelligence. Right? The rest of it is just energy, empty space, infinite potentials. All right? So you can only go through life this small fraction at a time. Every time that you see even your bank account, you're only seeing 0.001% of reality. There's infinite other possibilities that thing could be. That version of the woman that's breaking your heart, the man that keeps ghosting you, you're only seeing 0.001% of them. There's infinite other versions of them. You're not trying to change them. Changing them is impossible. You change yourself and you bring forth a different version of them. You don't want that person anymore. You don't want that account anymore. You don't want money to flow to you the way it does in this reality anymore. You're not trying to change anything out there. There's nothing to change. There's nothing out there. The kingdom is within you. Every reality out here is just tied to a different perspective of you. A different perspective of you takes you to a different dimension, which brings you different things, different circumstances, different people. All right? There's nothing to change. Detach from these things in your reality right now. Understand that these things are what they are. And by you changing who you are, you get different versions of them, completely different versions of them. Completely different versions of them. You're not changing anybody or anything. There's nothing to change. You don't really want to change somebody. You don't want to change somebody. You want the version of them that you want. That's in alignment with the expectations that you want. So embody that new person. All right? Detach from everything out there. Let them go. Let all these things go so they can fade away and be replaced by something better. All right? So the law of mirrors. So Matthew 7:1-2. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. All right? So whatever we judge of anything, it's going to be brought back on us. So let me say this in a different way, all right? Whatever you ask in the Father's name shall be given to you. The Father's name is I am. When we talk about this from a spiritual perspective, people will say, you want to use present tense. You want to say, I am prosperous because it's in the present moment. Sure. Yeah, that's an overly simplified way of saying it. You want to say I am because you are not trying to change anything out there. You're changing yourself. And because I am, that I am is what? It's the name of source. It's the name of God. It's the name of infinite intelligence, the Almighty, the All, right? The Most High. This is the name. I am that I am. So anytime that I say I am, I'm saying God's name. So I should only say I am divine things. I am divine. I am prosperity. I am abundance. Qualities of the divine. Now, anytime I call myself anything less than the divine, I'm using God's name in vain. All right? But also we know that the kingdom is within you, right? So everything out there is just a projection of you. It's just a projection of you. So it's not them. It's not they keep doing this. They're from within you. So it's really like you're saying, I am doing this, right? Even when we call ourselves a victim to somebody else, let's really break this down what we're saying, all right? I only attract men that do this. Or all men, I said that backwards. Men are like this. What you're saying is, I am the type of person who attracts these types of men. You're using the Lord's name to declare something in your life, consciously or unconsciously, right? Life and death are in the tongue, the power in the tongue. You can speak life and death through the tongue. Right? Your words are powerful. They're not empty. They're like boomerangs. You throw them and you have to confront them later. You're always speaking prophecy in your life. You are always speaking prophecy. You're always making declarations. You are always saying what you are going to receive. Life is meaningless. You give it meaning. It's your word, your speech, your expectations. All of these things are giving meaning to life. Be careful what you are saying. Right? You're never talking about them, that thing, that person. Right? It's always about you. You're always making a declaration of who you are by stating what people are. Right? You're declaring this is the type of person that I attract. This is the type of thing that I attract. Right? So to hate another is to hate a shadow of yourself. To envy another is to deny your own dormant potential. Right? Jealousy is misplaced. It's misplaced. Really, it's a lack of wisdom. If I'm jealous of someone, right, what that is showing me or what I'm truly communicating is I do not think I can have it. Well, you can have anything that you see. You could only be aware of it if it was something that you could have. You can have anything that you desire. You can have anything that you think of. The only thing you could never have is not existing. It's the only thing that you could not ever imagine. Because you are an infinite being. You are a creator. You can have anything that you can imagine. To idolize another, to put someone above you, to pedestalize the situation of the person is to forget your own divinity. All right? I am God and there is no other, right? I am your consciousness, your I am awareness is it. You should not put anybody above it. There is no one out there. So anytime, if there's no one out there and they're all projections from within me, anytime that I put somebody out there on a pedestal, start worshiping them, right? I start tying my sense of self-worth to them, trying to even change them, all right? Now, what we do when we do that is instead of understanding that you are the sun and everybody in your reality are the planets that circle the sun, right? They couldn't even exist without your gravitational pull, right? When we start to attach ourselves to things out there, what we do is we naturally shrink ourselves. We naturally forget about our divinity. And when you play a small role, what that does is, universe, source says yes to everything that you ask. If you want to be a victim to somebody, you can absolutely do that. It's not your natural God state. It's not going to put you in alignment with source. You're not going to like that. It's not going to feel good to you. But whatever you ask for, you'll receive the answer of yes to everything. Right? So basically, I'm trying to say everything a lot more simple today. All right? This is the best way to think about it. Whatever you declare anything to be, especially with emotion, man, whenever you are feeling something, right? When you find yourself really just hoping for the best or expecting the worst, check those beliefs. Is this really what I want to experience? If not, then why am I telling this story? And once you understand that, it's not about reprogramming anything. You don't need to reprogram shit. You simply need to make the decision right now that I'm going to choose a different story. Right? There is no future. There is no past. There's just you right now. And who you are being right now determines how you relate to your past. If you say that I am a victim right now, of course you can look in your past and pull situations where people were doing you a certain way. And you can say, but look, this is the proof these things happened. No. You're just being a victim right now. So you're using those things as an example. But if you understood that everything was working out for you, if you embodied somebody that believed everything was working out for you, you would look back in your past and you would have a different story. You would look at things differently. Okay? Do not argue for your limitations anymore. Oh, I have to just tell it how it is, but this is how it is, but it's difficult. No. Reality is as you say it is. There's nothing out there that already has meaning. You are the one who gives it meaning. You can say your parents did this. Okay, so do you want to take your parents' beliefs? You're more than welcome to do that. But if it's not in alignment with what you want, then why are you doing it? But the church said this, but the politician said this, but my friend said this, but the ex said this, but this happened. Okay, fine. If you want to experience reality based on those things, go ahead. You will always receive yes. But if these desires, these expectations are not desires, if these expectations are not in alignment with what you desire, why are you holding on to them? Why are you arguing for these limitations? Why are you struggling to cling on to old stories? Right? I tell you, you are worthy no matter what. You are in alignment no matter what. The moment that you do any technique, visualize, affirm, sit up in your bed and write it on a piece of paper. Whatever you do, when you declare that you have something right now, you have it. The only person that can take that away from you is you, with your story. You are walking through life. You are walking through the unfolding of it. Because God is within you, you could never be unworthy. If you don't feel worthy, it doesn't matter. You still are worthy. If you don't feel like love, right? That's what people say. Well, if you want to attract love, you have to be love and love yourself. And what does that mean? What does that mean? Because God is within you, you are infinite love. Just by you trying to prove that you're worthy, trying to prove that you are loved, is saying that you don't feel like you actually are. And if you don't feel like you are, right, then you're not going to, well, let me put it like this. If you do not feel that you are, what is the story that you are telling? If right now you do not feel worthy and God is within you, so you ultimately are worthy, what is the story that you're telling? Are you telling the story that because I don't feel worthy, I'm not? Are you telling the story that I am worthy no matter what I feel? Do you get caught up in your feelings? Do you believe that your feelings determine your worthiness? Do you believe that what people say determine your worthiness? What's your past situations, the word, does that determine your worthiness? Or do you understand that the I amness within you is worthy? It's infinite love, and you can never be anything less. Right? When you understand that, then now you can switch up your stories. It doesn't matter if I feel like I still need to reprogram something. I am worthy, so I am. It doesn't matter if I feel worthy. I am just as worthy as I'll ever be. It doesn't matter if I don't feel worthy. I'm still just as worthy as I'll ever be. If I feel love, I am love. If I don't feel love, because source is within me, I'm still just as much love. It doesn't matter how you feel. What is the story that you're telling? Who are you being, moment to moment? Who are you being? What story are you telling? What expectations are you having? Right? When I say detach, I'm saying detach from everything. Allow yourself to feel whatever, but don't allow your feelings to dictate your story. You can feel sad, but you can still say, I am worthy, I am loved, I am still in alignment with everything. Everything is still working out for me no matter what. Right? Exactly. You can say, I'm magnetic. If you feel magnetic, you are. If you don't feel magnetic, you still are. It's about the story that you are telling. Always about the story, okay? So what you reject outside, you reject within. What you embrace outside, you awaken within. Even the ones who hurt you are characters summoned by your soul to press on wounds that still need healing, not punishment, but integration, right? So your task is not to seek for love. Your task is not to seek for prosperity. The task is not to speak for abundance or love or material things or that person will love you, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. What are these barriers? These barriers are stories. All right. And the best way to really determine these stories is what are you doing on the days you don't feel good, right? Anybody can tell a good story when they feel good. That's not the challenge. That's not the challenge. What story are you telling when things look a little rocky? Are you still telling the same story? Doesn't matter what it looks like. Doesn't matter what I feel. Everything is still working out perfectly. I'm just a human, so I have human experiences, and that is fine. That's what I came down here to do. I didn't come down here to detach from my emotions and I didn't come down here to suppress my emotions, run away from them, suppress situations out there, run away from them. You are divine. You came down here to experience it all. It's about the story that you're telling. I don't care. It doesn't matter what you've experienced today, how you felt today, what's been going on. It doesn't matter what you feel moment to moment, what you see moment to moment. It's still working out for you no matter what. Why? Because thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be. What you say it is what it is. Attach to your story more than you attach to anything else. Attach to your story more than you attach to what you see out there. Attach to your expectations, to your knowing of who you are, to the source within you, more than you attach to your emotions. Okay? So the kingdom of God is within you. All right, so what is all of this for? Why a mirror? Why projection? And why this great cosmic illusion? Because your soul came here to remember itself. It fragmented into time and story to rediscover its wholeness, and it uses your life as the chalkboard to teach you who you are not, so you might remember who you are. This is the only reason that you have experiences that you don't like, quote unquote negative experiences. They're not meant to punish you or test you. There's no test. It's all just a reflection. They're just meant to show you what you want. If I ask you right now what type of man, what type of woman you want, what kind of life experience you want, you're going to tell me what you want based on things you've experienced that you don't like. The things that you don't like give you more experience. Tell me how you know what kind of woman you want if you never had a woman that you don't want. If you never had somebody do you wrong, how can you know what you want? This is the only reason for those things. It's not meant to punish you or test you or break you down. It is simply meant to give you a greater understanding of yourself. A greater understanding of yourself, right? Your soul came here to remember itself. We always say this, right? Source comes down here, manifests within you. What does the word manifest mean? Or incarnate? What does incarnate mean? It means word becomes flesh. So source comes down here to know itself through you. It's another way to put this. You come down here to know yourself. How do you get to know yourself? You have a desire, right? You have all these desires. And they unfold from within you. You have to walk through linear time to get to them. And as you're walking through linear time, you confront yourself in every moment. You see something that you do not want, and what happens? Your story, right? That situation is meaningless. But based on what? That film projector within you that is constantly playing old expectations, old stories, old things that people told you, old programming that people handed over to you that you said, yes, it's true. Now that's playing in your mind, and you are breathing the story. You're telling the story of what things are. What these negative situations are trying to do is get you to wake up and say, bro, don't you see that you're creating this? Don't you see that you keep walking into the same situations, you keep telling the same story? You're positive for 3 days, everything's working out. Yeah, when you're happy and good, it's all working out, right? But then the moment you see something you don't like, guess what happens? That story goes out the window. You lose your consciousness. You turn into the victim again. And then you say, dang, it didn't work because I don't feel good. No, it's not that it doesn't work because you don't feel good. It doesn't work because you're saying it doesn't work. That's it. It doesn't work because you are decreeing that, declaring that, you are stating that. You believe that it's only working if you feel good. What kind of nonsense is that? Have you ever met someone who is in a good mood 24/7? So how the hell could your feelings determine if good things are going to happen to you? Your feelings are fleeting. Your feelings really are just the effect. They're allowing you to look at the story that you've been telling yourself. There's only one feeling. There's only one emotion. Emotion is energy and motion. There's only one energy. The energy is God. It's source. It's infinite intelligence. It is pure consciousness flowing through you. But based on the story that you're telling about yourself, that energy flows through you, right? It gets translated through the ego. And boom, you have a positive feeling. Boom, you have a negative feeling. They're just emotions. It's just energy and emotion. It is just God flowing through you. That's it. Yes, your anxiety is the same as your excitement. Sadness, happiness, same thing. Same energy. But are you using your emotions? Are you allowing your emotions to give you an excuse to tell a shitty story about yourself? To start telling things, saying things that you don't want. Because if you're doing that, you're missing the mark, aka you're sinning. So hopefully that clears up what sinning means, right? Because even when we think of sinning, you think of it from some kind of textbook thing, some man-made textbook that can tell you what sinning is. No. Sinning is when you are missing the mark. You have these desires. This is source wanting to experience these things through you. All you have to do is understand that it's yours. Blessed is he, right, who believes before he sees. It doesn't say blessed is he who feels good until he sees it. It doesn't say as a man feeleth in his heart. It says as he thinks in his heart. Even scripture says what? The heart is deceitful. Who can know it? Your feelings are deceitful. Who can know it? If you just go out here and you decide, oh, if I feel good, I'm in alignment. If it's a good day, everything's working out for me. Guess what? You're going to have a tough time. You're going to have a tough time in this reality creation space, man. What you have to understand, what you have to truly know with conviction is that your story, your expectations, who you are being transcends your emotions, your feelings. That emotion, you can point it to whatever you want. Happy, sad, you can take that emotion and you can point it in whatever direction you want. And the example I always give is Doctor Strange. Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, right? There's a scene where basically these sorcerers and magicians and Doctor Strange, they can jump in different realities. Right? And they can occupy a body of a different version of them, and they can do whatever in that reality for a little bit of time. In one of these realities, Doctor Strange's one version of himself had passed away. So he tries to occupy this body, and apparently it violates some kind of spiritual code in the movie, right? And all of these demons start to attack him. And they start knocking him out of this reality. So he keeps waking up, like, he's tripping out, right? And his, I don't want to say his woman at this time, he was his woman, but this woman that he's with specifically tells him, you are the master of the dark arts, use them. You're the master of the mystical arts, use them. The same way that you have to use your emotions. So he finally wakes up to who he is, and instead of allowing them to pick on him and push him around and knock him out of his desired reality, the same way that you have this desired reality in your mind, and you think your emotions are knocking you out of it, but they're not. It's your story knocking you out of it. Right? He says, you know what, you're right. He starts grabbing these demons and he starts using them to amplify his power. The same way that you can use whatever emotion that you're feeling to amplify your power. I was having a real good discussion with my close homeboys. I was talking about basically business. We do business together. And something didn't go right. He felt a little negative about it. Something didn't go right. And it's like, all right, cool. Oh, go get a meditation and get your mind right. So he sat down, he meditated for a while, just imagining, right? He used that fuel. So he was pissed off because something didn't go right. He did him wrong. And he went into his mind and he started telling the story of how he is going to be. Right? And the things he would accomplish. I'll put it like that, to say it lightly, right? And all of a sudden he got out of this, felt better, started imagining that he had these things right now, right? Like there's going to be a time where people can't turn you down. There's going to be a time where people beg to work with you, where people beg to do all these things. And all of a sudden he got out of it and magically all of these synchronicities happened. Why is that? This is because your natural state is an alchemist. The natural state of who you are is not to be a victim. It's to use every emotion that flows through you. It is to use anger to get clarity on what you want. It is to use joy to get clarity on what you want. It is to use anxiety to get clarity on what you want. It's to use fear, betrayal, heartbreak, love, all of these things to get clarity on what you want and paint the picture more and more clearly of what you want. Right? We don't see reality as it is. We see reality as we are. We don't tell the story of what other people have told us. We tell the story of what we want. Become that alchemist, right? These are all these stages of life. When you understand that your emotions are just energy, why wouldn't I use whatever I'm feeling to point to whatever I want? Whatever I want. Why would I allow some situation out there, knowing that there's no out there, knowing that it's just trying to give me clarity on what I want? Why would I dwell in something I don't want? Why would I sit around and fantasize about shit I don't want? Why would I sit around and pray? This is what you're really doing when you're sitting there fantasizing and telling a story about things you don't want and saying it's not working out. Why would I sit around and pray for shit not to go my way? Every word that you speak is a prayer. It's not just when you're sitting down with your hands crossed. Every thought is a prayer. Whatever you ask in the Father's name will be given to you. Whatever you explain the situation to be is your prayer. Whatever you say that you are is a prayer. All right? It's all a prayer. Okay? So each judgment you undo, each illusion that you pierce, each trigger that you transmute brings the scattered pieces of your being back home. All right? So when you realize that the world is a reflection of yourself, then you have taken the first step to awakening. All right, so a couple of reflection questions. Number one, who in your life do you resist the most, and what do they mirror in you? Start looking at people like a synchronicity, all right? You get triggered every time you talk to this woman or your mother or that man or this situation triggers you. What is it trying to tell you? What are you resisting the most, and what does that thing mirror in you? Okay? Number 2, what reactions keep repeating in different situations? You've been telling the story of prosperity, but every time a situation shows up, now all of a sudden you have the same kind of reactions. You're still telling the same type of story that, damn, I thought I was doing this and it's still not working out. I can never catch a break. What story, what reaction are you repeating? Okay. Number 3, what beliefs do you project onto reality, and could the opposite be just as true? What beliefs do you have about money? That is difficult to make? We know that's not true. We know people that show their toes and make money. We know people that show their toes and make money. Is money difficult to make? All right. Do you believe that all women ain't shit? You believe that all men ain't shit? You believe that a relationship is difficult to get? Well, shit, we know people that do not struggle with women or men at all. Oh, well, they look good. Yada, yada. We know people that you might not think are very attractive that do very well with women and men. It's not about them, right? It's not about that person. It's about their belief. It's about you and your belief, okay? Number 4, what if everything around you was actually for you? What if sometimes the things that you saw, you were like, I don't like that. It was just the mirror trying to change to what you wanted. Right? The analogy I always give, you are here today and you want to be somewhere else. Reality has to change to get you there. Sometimes reality looks crazy because it's just a mirror. The nature of a mirror is to look odd sometimes. Right? The other day I was in a gym and there was a 45-pound plate sitting by the mirror. And I looked at it through the mirror and it looked like it said 24. 24 doesn't even look backwards to 45. How the hell was it looking like 24? This is the nature of a mirror. Sometimes the mirror looks off, but it doesn't matter what the mirror looks like. If the mirror looks off, it just means you're still in the middle. It isn't unfolded all the way yet, but it's still unfolding perfectly for you. If you look out in reality and you don't see what you want, surprise, it's still just unfolding. That's all it means. Who are you to say, oh, it's just not working out? Why is it not here yet? Who are you to determine that? This is the story of Job, right? When the Most High showed up to Job and was like, were you here? Could you place the constellations in the sky? Could you do that? Who are you to say what's right and wrong? You only see 0.001% of reality. You can only experience reality one perspective at a time. Who are you to say it's not? You're looking at a mirror. The reflection is off. It always looks backwards. Sometimes that shit looks crazy. Thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be. Whatever you say it is what it is. So if you know this, right? If you know that the mirror looks backwards, if you know that to get from where you were to where you want to be, things have to change. If you know that whatever you say it is, that's what it is. If you know you only see 0.001% of reality, then we literally have to be truly delusional, truly crazy to look out there and say it's not working out. It literally makes no sense to do that. When I understand law, when I understand that me saying it, that I speak life into the situation, that it doesn't really exist without me, that my declarations, my decrees are what create reality. When I understand I only see 0.001% of reality, when I understand that most of it is just energy and empty space is always unfolding, then it makes no sense to say things are not working out for you. They always are. What if it doesn't feel like it? It still is. It's what you say it is. It doesn't matter what you feel like. What you're feeling like, it makes no difference. You experience your feelings as part of the human experience to give you clarity on things, to use it, to enjoy life. But damn, why are we so attached to that? It doesn't feel right though. When have your feelings ever been a good judge of anything? The heart is deceitful. Who can know it? Who can know it? People that follow their feelings around all the time, they throw away relationships, they throw away money, they do all kinds of crazy things. Your feelings are just feelings. They're just feelings. They're just feelings, right? They're not telling the story, you're telling the story. They're just highlighting expectations and beliefs. Challenge them. Don't run from them. What are they trying to tell you? What is my feeling of anxiety trying to tell me right now? I can still dive into that feeling while telling the story that everything is working out. What is this feeling of sadness trying to show me? Is it trying to give me more clarity on what I want? What do I prefer? Where can I improve myself? Does this mean that I'm not worthy, and when I improve myself, I will be more worthy? No, you can never be more worthy. You're still worthy right now. They're just telling you stories about yourself. This is it. Confront them, challenge them, enjoy them, work with them. Become the alchemist of them. All right? So in closing, and I kind of sped through today. Oh, I got 2 more minutes. All right. You are not just in the world is in you. Each soul you meet is a whisper of your own. May you no longer fight the mirror, but see through it. May you awaken from the dream, not by denying the illusion, but by remembering. You are the light behind the screen. You are the dreamer in the dream, and you are the source appearing as the scene, right? John 8:12, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Of course, this is referring to your I am awareness, your understanding of who you are, right? All right, y'all. I'll probably jump on here later on and answer more questions and stuff, but just wanted to finish this today because I haven't been on in a couple of days, right? But let me end this with some affirmations and let y'all go. And of course, as always, I appreciate y'all's time. I appreciate y'all's engagement. This is truly the highlight of my day, man. Appreciate y'all. I see you all as prosperous, as abundant, as divine, as gods and goddesses, as unlimited beings, right? Everything that you desire, you have it. Everything that you desire is yours. Everything that you desire is unfolding from within you right now. And every moment that you're walking, you are getting closer to the things that you want. You are worthy no matter what. You cannot be any less worthy, cannot be any more worthy. Say it. I am worthy no matter what. If you don't feel worthy, say it. I am worthy no matter what. All right? Lord, I am not worthy to receive you, but only say the word. Only say the word, right? I am worthy no matter what, all right? You are all gods and goddesses. If you don't feel that way, it's cool because I see you as that way anyway, so I know it must be true, all right? Y'all have a blessed rest of the afternoon, I suppose. Talk to y'all again today. If not, talk to y'all tomorrow, God willing. Later. Appreciate y'all.